Today we are going to talk about all the exciting career possibilities at Nestle. So, looking forward to this conversation. Yeah, what is the one curiosity when you think about the way Nestle has got some 2,000 odd brands in India? What is the one thing that you would want to know, Anand, as an outsider? What is the question that comes to your mind?
You're specific to Nestle, or you're speaking
No,
about?
specific to Nestle. Yeah, is there something, what is the one curiosity you would have?
The general sense that one has about Nestle is that it follows a system of hiring from campuses and then people growing within the system. I would like to hear what are the ways in which there is uh, ideas from other organizations getting brought in terms of either people joining in from other organizations and so on, and how growth happens for those people as well.
Perfect. So, we also have Prajata here. And so let's get started with the signature tune. Thank you, Aprajata, for joining in. And I just thought it'd be great if you just introduce yourself and then we can talk about your career journey and tell us a little bit about Nestle globally. How large is it? What's it like in India? All of that.
Sure, Abhijit. So I'll start with an introduction of Nestle first before I move on to my own introduction. So
Hmm.
Nestle, globally at a glance, it's been about 155 years for us with 2,000 plus brands, 2 lakh plus employees. We're present in 186 odd countries and about 300 odd factories. That's the scale of Nestle globally. If I were to sort of compare that for the advantage of our listeners, I'll also talk about Nestle India. So Nestle India has about 9 factories, with the latest one being in Sanand, Gujarat. 4 branches in the 4 regions of North, South, West, and East, and about 8,000 odd employees. And just to give you a glimpse of how we have done in the past year, we've clocked a growth of about 8.5% and a turnover about 13,000 crore at the end of 2020. So that's just a glimpse of Nestle, and I think we've also been joined by Jagriti. So we can then continue, if Abhijit was, as per your suggestion, with
Yeah,
my.
yeah, yeah. I think, hey, Jagriti, welcome. I just thought it'll be great if you sort of, introduce yourself and then we'll get started. Uh, I want to know about the kind of career paths that you've traveled through. Yeah, go ahead, Jagriti. Jagriti, I can't hear you. So maybe, Aprajata, I'm going to sort of get back to
Yeah.
you and talk to me about the role that you currently are in. Tell me a little about that.
Sure. So I think, Abhijit, it will make sense if I share the entire journey, because I think the shift is where the entire story is. So basically, I joined as an HRMT in 2016 and have been given the opportunity to experience varied roles that range from HR business partner of functions like technical, supply chain, etc. in Nestle. Also have an experience of being a factory HR and experience of leading West Branch HR as well. My last role in HR, and I will sort of clarify why I call it the last role, was HRBP of 3 very diverse functions of sales, Nestle Professional, which is our out-of-home leg of the business, and Purina Petcare India, which is a subsidiary of Nestle Global, an entity that was in fact set up the very same year that I joined. So essentially, the last role that I was done included an HR of an established functions and thinking of what more and next in the function. then being part of a journey of Nestle Professional, which was undergoing structural changes to suit the business model, and lastly, experiencing almost setting up a company with Purina. The current role, and coming to the question that you'd asked, Abhijit, is something that I had requested to experience and understand the business perspective. And I was fortunate enough to have the organization trust me to handle a role in a function that was beginning its innovation and renovation journey. So, in short, basically, we were trying to capture opportunities with relevant product launches. It was at that particular business development stage. And I'm proud to say that it's been about 2 years as a brand manager in Nestle Professional, and the learning has been immense, both functionally and behaviorally. And now we've been able to launch 5 products under me. So, yeah, quite a bit of a departure from HR to business.
So, Jagriti, is this common? I just, the kind of opportunities that Aprajita has got. She's moved from being HR management trainee in 2016, and then she sort of, handled the HRBP role, factory, branch, sales, being part of Purina. Is this a common thing? What's your view? No, I can't hear you. I can't hear your response. So maybe I'm going to ask Aprajita: is this common, or is this something unique to what you've experienced?
No, so it's not unique. In fact, Jagriti is one such example of the same. While her path has been sales and marketing, but she's had varied experiences even amongst that. So she's been in multiple brands, including Maggie and our nutrition portfolio. She's also had the experience of being in sales in the West branch, and she's also had the opportunity to get an experience in Nestle out of India. So this has been her journey. Apart from this, there are many more such examples. One such example is in fact of the mentor that I was able to have, who had the trust in me to take up the brand management role. So he's the entire reason why I had shifted from HR to business, and he in fact had also had a very unique journey of being in supply chain to then moving to sales, heading the West branch, and now leading a business of Nestle Professional.
This role of the mentor, is this a formal role that you have, or is this an informal thing? Talk to me about that. How does it work?
Sure. So there could be formal networks of mentors as well in the organization, but I think what this organization has been very open to is the network that we've been able to also create informally. So all of these networks that I have been able to enjoy have been very informal mentor connects. So I have had few credible members in the organization who have guided me very well in all of these calls that I have been able to take in my career.
And when is it that the organization actually has let's say, a formal mentor or a coach, so that people can talk to somebody about the choices that they are looking to make? Is this something that the manager, your reporting manager, is expected to do, or is this something that is somebody from outside? How does it flow?
No, so these networks can be very well initiated by the line manager, by the HR, but the organization, like I said, is very open that you can walk to a person and ask him for that particular advice. There have been learnings, multiple examples of learnings done even via those informal routes.
Okay. And when Jagriti, I don't know if you can unmute yourself yet. And I am just curious to know that, Aprajita, when you look at Jagriti's career, she's also had a fantastic experience of being in sales and marketing as a management trainee. At that point of time, she's handled many different categories. So, what are the categories that Nestle has in India right now? What are I know about the chocolates, noodles, of course, is probably your most widest consumer-facing category. Sauces. What else am I missing?
So you have the foods view, which is where the Maggi noodles and the entire portfolio of sauces, etc., pasta fall in. We also have the chocolates and confectionery portfolio. You would be familiar with brands like Kit Kat, Munch. Uh, we have the dairy portfolio. You would be definitely familiar with brands like Milkmaid in this case. Then we have the business unit of beverages. And I think, again, while I need less to say in each of these brands, Nescafe is one of the brands that all of the listeners here also would be familiar with. And I'm only quoting the few brands here, just in terms of the familiarity and understanding of how the business units are divided. We have nutrition, which is where Jagriti currently is, which has your Cerelac and Lactogen. We also have the breakfast cereal, which was recently launched. It's been 3-4 years to the launch. And we have Nestle Professional, which caters to, it's not a consumer facing function, it's a more out of home function catering to the B2B arm. So a lot of our products can be either the familiar bulk products. So single pack of Maggi now converted to a much larger a kg of bulk pack, or a coconut milk powder which comes to consumer in a 25 gram or 100 gram converted to a 1 kg pack, and very specific products to cater to the hotel, restaurant, catering industry. So this is what the business unit is. We also have Purina Petcare, which is not part of Nestle India, but a subsidiary of Nestle Global, which caters, our TG is dogs and cats. We have food which is meant for dogs and cats under the
Okay.
portfolio. So very diverse portfolio, yeah.
Yeah, extremely. From humans to dogs, everyone, is part of the Nestle family. So Jagriti, is that something, at some stage, do you feel that your stakeholders change as you go through different categories? You need to
Jagrati,
speak up.
looks like you have to leave, press the red button, leave, and then join.
Can you hear me
Yeah,
now?
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah. I
Yes.
can. Yes.
Oh, perfect. So, okay. So I was just saying that it does happen, Abhijit. I think over the course of my career itself, I have seen that based on what vertical you are in, your stakeholders change. So, for example, if you're part of the typical marketing businesses, some of the ones that Prajita mentioned, your stakeholders are, the main consumers like your moms and kids and etc. But then something like she mentioned Purina, which is to do with cats and dogs, or nutrition, that the one that I'm in, your stakeholders do expand to other ancillary gatekeepers who sort of help make that decision. That happens, and then of course accordingly, if you move into something like your sales etc or a global role, your stakeholders also expand to the retailer base, or in terms of an international role, it then becomes the global market who become your stakeholder. So with I think with Nestle, you do have that opportunity to work with a wider set of stakeholders, and like you very rightly mentioned, they change as you move in the organization.
When you look at your education, what were you trained in? What's your education background
So
in?
obviously, I am a PGDM MBA, so no specialization. But when I was making some choices in terms of the kind of career I was looking at, I decided that sales and marketing could be something that could be quite of an interest to me. So no specific specialization. I think it comes on the job. I joined Nestle as a fresher 10 years back, and whatever I have learned, I've learned on the job.
And when you were a management trainee, what stints did you go through? Do you go through things in, let's say, finance, HR kind of a thing, or do you stick to one particular area? Like, let's say,
Right,
marketing, or
right.
so. What's
So
it like?
I think it's a bit designed by kind of the function that you join in. So at Nestle, we refer to sales and marketing as the generating demand vertical, because it's all about generating demand, whether it's from the consumer or the retail end. And if you join as a generating demand trainee, then somewhere your roles are to give you a flavor of what that is like. So you do a bit of sales, a bit of marketing, you do also try and see a bit of consumer insight roles, so that you get an understanding of how consumers demand is identified, what do you do in marketing, and finally how do you sell to them. But if you join something like the way Prajita joined, with a little diverse function of HR or finance, then it's a little more specific to that function. Of course, yet they also do a bit of sales, etc., so that they eventually understand what happens in the last mile on the ground.
Right. And for those who've sort of joined in a little late, we have been talking to the Nestle team. Prajata and Jagriti are both part of the Nestle team as part of the series called Career Connect, where we are exploring the kind of career possibilities at Nestle. What is unique about them, and what is it that could be interesting for somebody there, who's not in Nestle right now, but is exploring Nestle as a potential career choice. So you would see the blue button which is there. If you swipe it, you can actually create a sort of a 40-second highlight. It's like an audio clip that you can get, and which you can then share on social media. So feel free to try it out, and we can do that. Jagriti, are the careers for people who join in India, are they limited to being in India for the rest of their career? Is that how it works, or do you have an international cadre? How does it play out? Can you talk to me about
Yeah,
that?
I think we really do leverage our global presence. Like Prajata was mentioning in the beginning, we are a global firm, and there are quite a lot of examples within Nestle of people moving in and out of market, as we call it, like which is your local market being India and abroad. I personally have been fortunate to do this, and the best part I think about it is that we've had the opportunity to do it much early in our careers. I was, I think, only barely 3 years into the company when I had a chance to go out of India for 2 years. And there are people who do that even when they, come to a point where they want to have much wider net of exposure. So quite common. There are quite a lot of expats right now also from India that are in multiple other countries. So very, very normal, Abhijit, I would say.
And this is a question I'm going to ask Aprajita as well as Jagriti. So, in whichever, so maybe I'll talk to Aprajita. Anish has a question here for you, which said, "How would you describe the culture at Nestle using just one or two words that come to mind? What would you say, Aprajita? Some words that describe the culture at Nestle."
Sure. So, I mean, two words and two very diverse words. I would put a hyphen there just for combine two words: performance oriented and like a family. So the keywords being performance oriented and being a family. So it's a combination of two, where it would expect you to perform, but in times of need, in times of guidance, in times of what next, etc., it almost behaves like a large family.
Okay. That's a
I
that's a
second
great
that.
perspective. Yeah, Jagriti, would you agree with that? Would you use a different set of words?
Absolutely. No, Abhijit, I completely agree with it. I think one of the biggest reasons I joined this out of campus was because somebody sold to me about their internship at Nestle and said that, this is a company which really feels like the company where people are looking out for you. I have experienced this firsthand in my 10 years that people do look out for you. And for me, that really matters. This is a company where you're working with people. These are the kind of people you want to hang out post work gets done, and you're not just waiting to rush once the office hours are over. So I completely believe in that. And from a performance point of view, again, very, very true. I think we have a strong legacy of performance even in India to show in our numbers. And I know from where we are sitting, the future that we're looking at, and that is quite bright. So completely agree. We're really
Uh,
looking forward.
you said something about you have experienced firsthand. Tell me about that incident.
So, two ways, like because we're discussing career and possibility, Abhijit, one of this international career opportunity that I was just referring to, it came on my way not because I was looking out for it. I'll be very honest. I was too young in the organization to have a point of view, but I had somebody who was much a senior role, much informed, and made that nudge for me to say that, what, this opportunity is coming. Why don't you try for it? It was not easy. Of course, it was like a proper selection process among the global employees that we had, but the fact that they watched out for such an opportunity, informed me, groomed me for it. So I really think people really do watch out for you. And even in the other part, when I was moving for my sales role, it was something that was not designed for me. My intent, my career path as defined on the system was supposed to be that I move back to marketing after I do my international role. But I felt that I had the time in my life. I was at that juncture where I could experiment with sales. And when I put that need across to my senior managers, they were more than happy. They understood that. That this was important for me. It was part of my career growth, and they changed the course of my career because they agreed with what my need of the hour was. So I really feel people do look out for you here.
So I second that completely. I mean, in fact, my move has in fact been completely in the same lines. I was actually only hoping for maybe a project that the company would be able to give me as part of the business experience. But it was the trust of my two mentors, which is the business head of Nestle Professional, Shushruth Nalulwar, and Sriram, the line manager that I had at that particular point of time, who was also heading the generating demand HR function. Both of them sort of placed that trust in me. In fact, all the doubts and queries and the fears I had was answered. In fact, to the level that I mentioned that, you know what, my father also has his own doubts about this. It's a big career move. So I remember that Sriram was sort of open enough to have that conversation with my father. I mean, I'm just sort of trying to tell you how big a family this is, that even connects like these were then hence made possible.
Oh, that's quite impressive that your manager also takes your extended family into account and talks to them, reassures them. That's pretty unique. That otherwise, yeah, I can think of many examples where the organization would have spoken to the employees and spent maybe multiple things, maybe to the spouse as well on the odd occasion. But I think getting the talking to the parents and sort of doing that is truly a fantastic sort of a gesture, because eventually your manager is the representative of the culture that when you describe Nestle. Going forward, what is your view of the career possibilities at Nestle? What is it that you would like to do? What do you see yourself doing? Jagriti, what would you say? And then I'll ask Aprajita also.
So I think Abhijit, I can tell you sitting here, I'm in September. I already know my next role, and I roughly know my role from then after also. So I think that's how transparent we are about what we want, and then the side of the system comes together to kind of make it happen. And groom us to ensure that gaps happen. If I can just take my example particularly, I've just moved to nutrition. I was handling Maggie before this, working on some new launches, etc. But I had been with Maggie for a very long time and wanted to change some gears, and therefore I moved to nutrition. So this has now only been 1.5 years. Still getting the ropes of this business, and in my capacity, I want to grow here. My stakeholders here, like I was mentioning, are a little different from the ones that you deal with conventional marketing. So I'm building that expertise, and I now only want to go deeper. So I have already put out my request to handle bigger responsibility within this nutrition. So that's what I look forward to, and I'm hoping to get that role by Jan next year.
Fantastic. When we start